Hey guys, Eternize here. So I have come to the realization that reverb is very important in Hardstyle, more important than I've given it credit for in the past. You see, with pretty much any effect I use, I will try multiple different plugins and multiple different settings before deciding which sound the best. But for some reason with reverb, I've just used the same plugin with the same settings for years and never thought of it. The thing is, just as with any plugin, different reverb plugins sound different. So in this video, we're gonna explore what those differences are and also if there really is one reverb that is best for Hardstyle. Let's get into it. So I want to start out by comparing the two reverbs that I've been using for the past 10-15 years. Those two reverbs are the Valhalla reverb and the FabFilter reverb. And what I've done so far is that I have tonally matched the two reverb tails with an EQ to be as closely sounding to each other as they can. So in theory, what makes the difference between the two reverbs now are the sonic differences. And by sonic differences, I mean differences in the dynamics and the spatial characteristics, in the diffusion and the reflections and so on. Basically all of the things that are hard to see on a spectrum analyzer, but you definitely can hear. Now, when comparing the two reverbs side by side like this on their own, you have no way of deciding which one sounds the best, right? You have no way of telling until you put it in the context of a mix. So what we'll do now is that we will play the entire lead and then A/B the two reverbs to see how the two reverbs behave. As expected, at least on my part, they sound very close with only minor differences between them. And to be fair, it is pretty wild that two different reverbs can sound so close, but still there are differences. And for this scenario, if I were to choose one, I would say that the FabFilter sounded better. It sounds a bit wider and it interferes less with the lead. But this is what I want to come through in this video. My experience for what sounds the best is that it entirely depends on the source material. So for example, it might have been that if I'd used a different top lead for this track, the Valhalla reverb would fit better. In fact, let me give you a direct example of this. Hey guys, real quick, I'm gonna ask for a small favor. I am fully committed to keep sharing my knowledge with you with these videos, and if you share my enthusiasm for Hardstyle, I would really appreciate it if you would hit that like button and also comment down below so that the YouTube algorithm can get this out to the people with our shared interest. Thank you so much, and back to the video. So what I've loaded up here is my remake of Sani, Nothing Else Matters, because I know for a fact that the original track used this specific reverb. Now, on paper, this reverb sucks, okay? It sounds like what a reverb would sound like 20 years ago. And that's because it is more than 20 years old at this point. But here's the thing, it works, right? It works, and it works because it suits the lead. And that's the point I want to make. The best reverb depends on the sounds in your lead. So what I recommend you do is that you have a couple of different reverbs in your arsenal. And for every lead that you do, you try out the different reverbs and see what sounds the best. Chances are that the same reverb doesn't work as well for all the leads that you do. So having a couple of different reverbs is a good idea. Alright guys, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.